Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and kittens, welcome back to the podcast. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Uh, somebody, some folks on our Discord somebody linked me over an AMP memberberries thread that was going on over on their Reddit. I went and took a look at it. It's it's tough talking about this one coming around, but I'm a big fan of memberberries. I am a huge fan of South Park. Come on, clearly I'm a fan, dude. I saw the very first South Park episode that was ever aired. So, I've kind of been with the franchise. But I'm a fan. I'm always a fan of taking a trip down memory lane. And I've been with this project so long that I remember start to finish or start to current finish. So I thought I would play. I like to play member berries as much as anyone else. So we're rolling back the entire podcasts to the way we were doing it back back when I was first talking about it. So I got my hat. I'm wearing my headphones. I got my amp shirt on, and let's all take a trip down memory lane just a little bit because it's always fun to put a little context on things. Before I get into it, though, before we actually do the entire member berries thing, I found something, and I thought you guys might find it interesting because, you're AMP folks. So there's been a lot of AMP versus ACH thing going on, and you guys have all been beating the hell out of each other for a while. I'm mildly invested in ACH, and I'm a little bit invested in AMP. And when I say a little bit, a few $100, man. So it's not like it's a big portion of my portfolio, but. A lot of the brouhaha was there's nowhere to use ACH. Now, again, I'm not particularly invested in that particular chain, but I did find one. So this is Orion Dex. This is over on the Cosmos Orion AI token. Yeah, doesn't matter. But let's pretend we wanted to buy some. So let's say we wanted to spend 100 USD. We're going to get 24.13 ORI, and we're going to hit the buy now button. Here's what it pops up as. And you see that right there on the bottom. You see where it says powered by Alchemy Pay. I found one. That's pretty much the rub of this is that I did find a place to use it. Now, I haven't made a purchase yet, and there's still some questions. I want to, credit where it's due, but I also, I'm curious. Is Alchemy Pay the one that is getting that network fee? Because if Alchemy Pay is the one getting that network fee, then, well, there's your use case, there's your revenue stream, and now I'm more interested. But I don't know. So I just thought, as long as I'm doing this and we're doing memory lane, let's go ahead and go all the way down. So it made me wonder, is it possible then to purchase AMP without going anywhere near a central exchange, meaning going from fiat dollars to AMP without touching a central exchange? And there is. So this is the way that you would do it. So you'd go to Oridex, and I'm sure there are lots more of these. I haven't found one yet. I haven't been looking that hard either, though. But I would go to Oridex. I would make my purchase for Ori, just because that's where this particular DEX is. That's the native token. I'd swap the Ori for Atom, so I would purchase the Ori. I'd come back here. I would swap that Ori for Atom. I would do it right there. And then I would take that Atom, I would export it to my Kepler wallet, and then I would go right here to Rango. So odds are good if you're a central exchange kind of person. You've never heard of Rango. You'll never use Rango. But this is where I would do it. So I would swap, let's just say $115, 10 Atom. I would swap the 10 Atom, and I'd swap it for AMP, which I could pick up over here through the Thorchain aggregator. It'll set the path for you. It'll do it for you. You go and you hit the button. Now, gas is going to beat the hell out of you because someone's got to pay for all of this. Transaction's going to take about 2 minutes and 15 seconds, estimated, even though it'll probably go a hell of a lot longer. I'd be looking at about 15 minutes. but after you do it and you have your wallets connected, so you're going to need a Kepler wallet connected, you're going to need your MetaMask or whichever your Ethereum wallet of choice is, and you're going to hit that button. And later you will have a time later, you're going to have AMP in your wallet. It is brutally expensive. You can see what we're paying and what we're getting. But that really comes down to liquidity. If the liquidity pool is not very big, then there's not a lot to swap for, and someone's got to pay for it. It's going to be you. Okay, anyway, all done with that. Let's go to memory lane and memberberries. I think this will actually be kind of fun. We're looking at the max chart of AMP here. Now, I know you've looked at it. If you have any interest or any involvement in this token, you've looked at it. So, but it's a good place to do remember when. It really is, because every bit of news and excitement that went around this entire community is pretty well reflected here. This is probably the best memory right there at that particular moment. It's not really accurate there on CoinGecko because it was approximately 12 cents. That was the Coinbase listing. Now, this was the Coinbase pre-pump area. This is where the rumor was happening that it's going on Coinbase, and this was the actual Coinbase listing. So obviously it exploded, but you got to remember what was going on at that time. What was going on at that time is what most of the Coinbase people that were involved in this are being indicted for, which was effectively insider trading. There was a nifty condition that was happening at that time that everything that hits Coinbase pumps. You guys remember that? Everything, new token that hits Coinbase pumps like clockwork religiously. So AMP made it into the mix during that time, and AMP absolutely pumped at that time. Didn't last long. I'm sure we remember the fallout from that. It was great for a very brief moment, and then it wasn't. And then it started really, starting to settle down into the June, July, and the summers. Now, the fun thing that was happening during this time, and this lasted for almost a year, was an AMP member called Pampening. And I'm sure you guys remember Pamp. He left a very noticeable mark on the community with his just stupid high price predictions with effectively zero context. Just, it's going to go up. Don't you worry. 23 cents by Thanksgiving. And just all kinds of silliness that went around with that. Pampening, and then John Kim. By the way, where'd John go? I haven't heard a lot from John. Haven't heard a lot from John lately. It was pure, it was just pure brutal propaganda against the AMP community who wasn't quite sure what they're in, and based on the development of the product, they really had nothing to go on. It was pure speculation all the way through, and it was just inundated with price prediction and don't you worry, and it's coming soon, and we never ever, you're in the right thing at the right time, we're all going to get Lambos. And then reality started hitting. Now, this was not an AMP problem during this time. This was UST, this was Luna, this was Celsius, this was FTX, this was all kinds of black swan after black swan after black swan that just absolutely slammed this market. Now, the problem is that even during all of this time, still weren't hearing much from the team. So people were just wildly speculating about what it is, what it does, what it's going to do, and so forth and so on. And the price continued to diminish. A lot of that it's pretty obvious why. You're paying a big team, and that money's got to come from somewhere, man. So take a real good guess where it's coming from. Someone's got to pay for it. You're still paying APR rewards to pools that are effectively not getting used, these staking pools that nobody's utilizing. They're just simply not getting utilized, and it's going to make the token bleed, and it clearly did. Now, the SEAL Team 6 era, that was right in here. That was the November-ish 2021. That was a great time. We are at the bottom. SEAL Team 6, can't wait. We're going to hold. This is the floor. It'll never go any lower than this. And it maintained a relatively steady value during here from October to December. I mean, it was kind of in the ballpark. 2 months in crypto is a long time. 2 months in crypto is an eternity. So when you catch something that is running relatively stable for 2 months, man, it is going to it's going to leave a lasting impression, and this one did. It's a year and a half later, and we're still talking about SEAL Team 6. We're still coming around. Right now, I think most of the community would be happy with SEAL Team 006. I think that would be pretty fitting, and a lot of people would probably clear their bags at that point and just say, okay, it was great. We got back to SEAL Team 06, and I think most people would be kind of content with that. But it didn't last because things like this never ever do, and economic reality came crashing down to the point where it is that's not good. I mean, that's not good. The issue is that they're almost making it right now mathematically impossible for this thing to come back without a massive investment of capital, and I'm talking massive. Now, not a lot of people are going to line up to put in this massive investment of capital because they're going to be exit liquidity for anybody else who was buying at .003 and is most people who are stuck. So I'm not seeing where this massive investment of capital is coming from. But I'll tell you what, I'm sure pulling for you guys, man. I hope it does, because I could turn my $250 into $500. And you know what? That's a nice dinner and a movie for me and the family. So I'd be cool with that. But there's a problem. A little bit here, man. I ain't gonna bash a token. You guys know where I stand on this one. It's for the this is just for the AMP folks that still visit my channel. I want to make sure you know that I'm still thinking about you. So AMP is fun. Member berries are fun. I'm sure it's gonna work out. Everything's gonna be great. Not one, but 3 SDKs that you still can't see and still don't have a release date. You know, it's going to be fine. I'm just going to leave it right there. This ran longer than I usually do on a video, but I hope you guys got some entertainment out of this. We will be live tonight. You know what, you guys, please, AMP folks, please come to the live stream. All right, visit the live stream, 1800 right here on YouTube. If you weren't aware that there's a different way to do crypto, please come to the live stream, 1800. We love questions. We don't ban anybody. You're all welcome. And we're happy to talk. So anyway, that's all I got. Questions or comments, Scott at ThePodocasts.com. I answer any and all. And until next time, please stay safe. Please be smart with your money. Cheers.